Fiona Harvey, the real Martha from Baby Reindeer, is suing Netflix for a whopping $175 million.
The second question, $170 million. It is a huge number, no question about it. But some of the causes of action in the complaint entitle Fiona to loss to the profits that Netflix obtained from this series.
The controversy surrounding Baby Reindeer persists, with ongoing developments unfolding. It is no longer news that Fiona Harvey, the woman who supposedly inspired the character Martha on the show, is taking Netflix to court. Her attorney, Richard Roth, has also spoken out in an interview to shed more light on the case. In this video, we explore the intricacies of Harvey's legal action and Roth's insights into this unfolding drama. Richard Gadd's limited series quickly became a hit on Netflix, ranking as the platform's 10th most-watched show ever. Released on April 11th, the series held the #1 spot globally for a month, racking up 56 million views in just 26 days. Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos called it a massive hit around the world. The series centres on Donnie, played by Richard Gadd, an aspiring comedian whose life falls apart due to relentless harassment and stalking by a woman he once felt sorry for. Jessica Gunning portrays Martha, who bombards Donnie with over 41,000 emails, 744 tweets, 100 pages of letters, and 350 hours of voicemails. Martha disrupts Donnie's shows, sexually assaults him, and threatens his family, sending him on a chaotic journey. The story also delves into Donnie's addiction struggles, worsened by being sexually abused by a famous TV writer. In May, Netflix executive Benjamin King told a UK parliamentary committee that the show was based on Richard Gadd's true story of abuse by a convicted stalker. King noted that Netflix took great care to disguise the identities of the real people involved to protect their privacy. After a complaint was filed against the show, a Netflix spokesperson told Variety that the company will vigorously defend Gadd's right to tell his story and stands by the show's authenticity and integrity. Richard Gadd, like Netflix, claimed that his team went to great lengths to hide the real person behind the character Martha in Baby Reindeer. In a GQ interview, he mentioned that they disguised her so well that even she wouldn't recognise herself. Gadd urged viewers not to speculate about the real identities of the characters, stressing that this wasn't the show's purpose. In May, he told The Hollywood Reporter he wouldn't comment further, saying that if he wanted the real people identified, he would have made a documentary. Despite these efforts, the real identity of Martha was quickly uncovered. Within a few days, people recognised her as a Scottish lawyer living in London, about 20 years older than Gadd, who had been accused of stalking in a newspaper article and closely resembled the character. Her accent, speaking style and mannerisms were very similar to Martha, making it easy for people to figure it out. Contrary to her portrayal in Baby Reindeer, Harvey claims she doesn't have a criminal record and is suing Netflix for defamation. In the show, her character Martha is shown being arrested, pleading guilty and spending 9 months in prison, with Donnie, the fictionalised Gadd, getting a 5-year restraining order and never seeing her again. Speaking with Piers Morgan, Harvey refuted much of the show's portrayal, insisting that it falsely presents itself as a true story. She emphasised that the claims of her being arrested, charged or convicted are completely untrue, and have severely damaged her career. Harvey argued that these fabrications are defamatory and misleading to the audience, unjustly tarnishing her reputation. On June 7, 2024, news broke about Harvey's high-profile lawsuit against Netflix, where she is seeking $170 million in damages. Harvey's complaint alleges that Netflix falsely depicted her as a twice-convicted stalker who was sentenced to 5 years in prison, and claimed she sexually assaulted Richard Gadd. According to Harvey, these falsehoods were broadcast to over 50 million viewers worldwide. Harvey asserts that Netflix and Gadd spread these defamatory lies because they made for a more compelling and profitable story. She contends that the fabricated narrative of her being a dangerous stalker and criminal was more sensational than the truth, leading to increased viewership and revenue for the streaming service. The lawsuit claims that Netflix and Richard Gadd's falsehoods have completely ruined Harvey's life, destroying her reputation and character. Harvey is seeking $170 million in damages to address the severe impact of these allegations on her personal and professional life, holding Netflix accountable for what she describes as reckless and defamatory storytelling. In mid-May 2024, Harvey appeared in an interview with Piers Morgan that sparked significant public reaction. Many viewers doubted her story, while others criticised Morgan for what they saw as an unethical interview. This public scepticism further complicated Harvey's efforts to clear her name and restore her reputation. Harvey's lawsuit against Netflix points to a key detail in the first episode of Baby Reindeer that allegedly revealed her identity. In the episode, Donnie jokes about hanging Martha's curtains, a euphemism for sex. Later, an email from Martha to Donnie says, "My curtains are waiting for you, they're ready." Social media users quickly connected this to a 2014 tweet from Harvey to Gad, which read, "My curtains need hung badly." This tweet linked Harvey to the character of Martha, leading to an influx of messages from strangers identifying her as Martha. Harvey's complaint states that Baby Reindeer makes several defamatory claims about her. The show depicts Martha sexually assaulting Donnie by grabbing his penis without consent and later hitting him with a glass bottle and pushing her thumbs into his eyes. Harvey denies these accusations, insisting she never had any sexual encounters with Gad or physically attacked him. Additionally, the show portrays Martha waiting at a bus stop outside Donnie's house for up to 16 hours a day. Harvey calls this a psychotic lie, stating she never waited outside Gad's home. In an interview with Piers Morgan, Harvey said she only met Gad 2 or 3 times, later amending it to 5 or 6. Harvey's complaint against Netflix leaves out any mention of the alleged 41,000 emails, 350 hours of voicemails, 744 tweets, 46 Facebook messages, and 106 pages of letters that Martha supposedly sent to Donnie in Baby Reindeer. This omission has sparked significant controversy. In a conversation with Piers Morgan in May, Harvey initially claimed, "None of that's true. I don't think I sent him anything," but quickly corrected herself, admitting to sending less than 10 emails and 1 letter. She emphasised, "Even if the email thing was true, the rest is not." Recently, Harvey has been accused of sending numerous emails to other public figures as well. Reports indicate she sent 276 messages to Labour politician Keir Starmer in less than 8 months, including some filled with expletives and insults. Harvey also denied heckling Richard Gadd during his performances or assaulting his girlfriend, behaviours attributed to Martha in the show. These allegations are also absent from her defamation complaint, which focuses on how she felt misrepresented and defamed by the portrayal. In her complaint, Harvey asserted she never stalked Richard Gadd, but didn't address other stalking accusations. Notably, she didn't respond to claims she stalked her former employer at a law firm, a scenario depicted in Baby Reindeer through a fictional newspaper headline, "Sick Stalker Targets Barrister's Deaf Child." This accusation resurfaced when online sleuths found newspaper articles from the early 2000s, alleging that Harvey harassed Laura Ray, a lawyer and widow of a former politician. Ray told the Daily Mirror in May that Martha from the show closely resembled Harvey. "It was obvious to me and to a lot of other people that she was my stalker," Ray said. "The only thing they changed about her was her name. The lady Jessica who played Martha was excellent. She had the same laugh, even the same slightly kind of funny waddling walk." While Laura Ray's identification of Harvey might seem to support Harvey's case against Netflix, it adds another layer of complexity. During an appearance on Piers Morgan's show, Ray revealed she is considering her own lawsuit against Harvey. However, she has hesitated because she believes Harvey lacks the financial resources. Ray explained that pursuing legal action is costly, and without the chance of recovering any money, there is little incentive to proceed. Still, Ray indicated that if Harvey were to receive a substantial settlement from Netflix, she would pursue a lawsuit. She mentioned that if Harvey were awarded a significant amount, like £11 million, it would change her stance, and she would take legal action against Harvey. Fact-checking criminal records in the UK is more challenging than in the US. In the UK, the Criminal Records Office holds records of every arrest, charge, caution and conviction, but these are not publicly accessible unless released by the courts, as mandated by the Human Rights Act. While the Freedom of Information Act allows individuals to request information from public authorities, including prisons and police forces, the requested information may still be exempt from disclosure. Some argue that by presenting Baby Reindeer as a true story and inadequately masking Harvey's identity, the show has led viewers to speculate about the real events behind the story. This speculation has made the audience complicit, following Harvey's real-life drama as intensely as the fictionalized series. Heritage suggested that Baby Reindeer illustrates the dangers when everyone involved, writers, producers, the media and viewers, succumbs to their worst instincts. The Guardian reported that an MP has asked Netflix to provide evidence that the woman who inspired the character Martha Scott in Baby Reindeer is indeed a convicted stalker, as the show claims. This request adds more scrutiny to the controversial series and its portrayal of real-life events. In a letter shared on the social media platform X, the Achill and South Perthshire MP expressed concern about the duty of care owed to the woman now identified as Martha from the series. The MP noted that Netflix described Baby Reindeer as the true story of the horrific abuse suffered by the writer at the hands of a convicted stalker. However, journalists investigating the case have been unable to find any record of the conviction mentioned by Netflix. Fiona Harvey stated that she believes the character Martha in Baby Reindeer was meant to depict her. She emphasised that the show is not based on a true story. Harvey asserted she is not a convicted stalker and has never faced criminal charges or spent time in prison. She expressed frustration that no one approached her for input on the accuracy of the show or sought permission to portray her in such a damaging light. Fiona Harvey's attorney, Richard Roth, based in New York, is gearing up to challenge Richard Gadd's claims through cross-examination. Roth, with his extensive legal experience, has handled many high-profile cases involving CEOs, celebrities, and sports figures, including NFL Hall of Famer Warren Sapp and Peyton Manning. As the founder of the Roth law firm, specializing in securities, entertainment, and business litigation, Roth's involvement signals a tough legal battle ahead regarding Baby Reindeer. In a recent interview following Fiona Harvey's complaint, Roth discussed the case's complexities and its severe impact on Harvey's life. Known for his expertise in entertainment litigation, Roth was approached by London-based lawyers who thought his background made him perfect for the case. Roth gave 4 main reasons for taking on the case. First, he stressed the importance of truth in media, especially in an era rife with misinformation and fake news. Roth criticised Netflix for portraying Baby Reindeer as a true story, insisting it doesn't match reality. He argued that productions claiming to be true must ensure factual accuracy. Roth is also deeply concerned about a vulnerable woman being thrust into the spotlight and facing death threats because of Richard Gadd's actions. Another reason for Roth's interest is the significant amount of money involved. He believes Fiona has been treated unfairly and is determined to pursue litigation, expecting a satisfying win. Roth expressed disappointment with Netflix and urged them to take responsibility for their claims of truth. When asked about the $170 million demand, Roth explained it in detail. He noted that under California law, Fiona could claim lost profits from Netflix. With the show's success and over 60 million viewers, Roth estimated Netflix's profits could range from $100 million to $300 million. If they win in court, Fiona could recover a portion of these profits. Looking ahead to a potential trial in Los Angeles, Roth is confident in presenting evidence of Netflix's alleged misconduct. He emphasized the importance of truth in media and suggested that Netflix's actions might justify punitive damages. Roth firmly believes Netflix prioritized profit over truth, a stance he plans to challenge vigorously in court. Concerns have been raised about the Netflix series Baby Reindeer, which claims to be a true story, but is now under scrutiny for its portrayal of events and handling of Fiona Harvey's identity. Critics argue that while many TV shows are inspired by real-life events, Baby Reindeer crossed a line by falsely claiming to be based on a true story. They emphasise that despite changing her name, the show made it easy to identify Harvey, exposing her to public scrutiny and harm. Advocates for Harvey have criticised the series for what they describe as misogynistic treatment of a vulnerable individual. They argue that Netflix failed to verify the accuracy of the portrayal, including claims of criminal behaviour attributed to Harvey, and accused the streaming giant of defamation. Richard Roth, Harvey's attorney, raised doubts about the authenticity of the series' depiction of Harvey's interactions with Richard Gadd, pointing out discrepancies between the show's narrative and factual records. He criticised Netflix for not reaching out to Harvey to verify details before airing the series. In response to Netflix's statements about allowing Gad to tell his story, Roth posed a critical question: does the series truly represent the truth, or merely Gad's perspective? He emphasised the importance of accountability and called for Netflix to be held responsible for what they perceive as damaging and inaccurate portrayals. The impact of the Netflix series Baby Reindeer on Fiona Harvey's life has been severe. Sources close to her legal team say her life has drastically changed since the series aired, leaving her confined to her apartment out of fear for her safety. Harvey has received death threats and intimidating messages, causing her constant anxiety. Richard Roth, Harvey's attorney, highlighted the stark contrast between her previous anonymity and her current public exposure due to the series. Harvey was not a public figure before the show, complicating her legal standing regarding privacy and defamation laws. Roth argued that Netflix's portrayal of her as a convicted criminal and menacing figure has unfairly damaged her personal and professional life. Roth discussed the timing of Harvey's lawsuit against Richard Gad, the creator of Baby Reindeer, and Netflix. Gad had previously performed the play to limited audiences, but its Netflix debut brought international attention, amplifying the alleged harm to Harvey's reputation. Roth criticised Netflix for insufficient efforts to conceal Harvey's identity, despite claims of anonymity in the production. Roth questioned the effectiveness of the show's efforts to disguise Harvey, noting that key identifying factors, such as her Scottish accent and specific locations, remained unchanged. He asserted that these details made it easy for viewers to identify Harvey, exacerbating her vulnerability. Roth emphasised that while Netflix made superficial changes, like fictitious bar names and tweaked tweets, these efforts fell short of protecting Harvey's anonymity. He suggested using different phrases like "put up your drapes" instead of "hang your curtains" could have better obscured identities. Roth criticised Netflix for negligence in safeguarding Harvey's privacy, given the serious consequences she faced from being publicly associated with the series. He dismissed the idea that internet sleuthing was the primary way Harvey was identified, pointing out that her past social media activity and public statements played a significant role. A journalist reportedly discovered Harvey's identity with a simple online search, underscoring how easy it was due to accessible information online. Addressing allegations of harassment against Harvey, particularly concerning emails sent to UK Labour leader Keir Starmer, Roth downplayed their significance. He framed such correspondence as a legitimate form of expression within a democratic society, similar to citizens writing to their representatives to voice concerns or disagreements. Addressing the potential defence of the series as a work of entertainment, Fiona Harvey's supporters argued that such a categorisation would only be valid if Netflix had clearly labelled it as fiction or inspired by true events. They pointed out that Netflix's promotional materials allegedly called the series a true story, a statement that could be crucial in the legal proceedings. Looking ahead, they outlined the next steps, anticipating motions and responses from Netflix. They expressed confidence in their case and emphasised their commitment to pursuing justice for Harvey, taking the legal battle very seriously. Piers Morgan has also raised serious doubts about the accuracy of Netflix's series Baby Reindeer, which claims to be based on a true story involving a character named Martha, allegedly inspired by Fiona Harvey. Harvey appeared on Morgan's show to refute the series' portrayal of her as a stalker, denying ever being convicted or sentenced to prison for any crimes related to Richard Gad, upon whom the series is based. Morgan highlighted that Netflix's statement that Baby Reindeer is a true story is undermined by the lack of evidence supporting Harvey's supposed criminal history as depicted in the series. He criticised Netflix for not adequately protecting Harvey's identity, claiming she was easily identifiable due to the use of her actual Twitter posts in the show. Harvey in turn accused Morgan of setting her up during the interview, suggesting she was misled about its purpose and felt exploited afterward. Despite these controversies, Gad has urged the public not to speculate about the real-life identities behind the characters, emphasising the artistic intentions of the show. Recently, Harvey also accused a nightclub of attempting to exploit her by booking her for an event, which was later cancelled following backlash. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to catch all our latest updates. If you found this video intriguing, you won't want to miss what's coming up next on your screen. Click to watch and dive deeper into the ongoing saga. See you there.